This is Faust Kellown here, and guess what? Arrowhead, the people who made Helldivers 2, they came out with a newsletter and all this different things talking about how that the community's so mad at us, we're sorry. We're actually going to start fixing up stuff and we're going to stop nerfing and etc etc. But if you guys play Helldivers, how many times have you heard them say that? I can tell you every patch that they have brought out that has messed something up, they've said that they're going to stop nerfs and they're going to start buffing stuff and they're stop going to messing with the game and they're going to start making it fun. Every patch. But guess what? They don't do that because the community wants fun, and Arrowhead has come out and said, we don't care about your fun, we like when you're mad, and it makes us happy. So screw you. Now let's talk about this. Many Helldiver 2 players have been left very dissatisfied and very angry with its new recent patch called the Escalation of Freedom. It is an update that where Arrowhead Studios brought out to fix many issues and do patches and stuff like that. So, once again, Arrowhead brought out a patch and they nerfed two of the most used weapons that people were using. It is one of the weapons is a slugger shotgun and the other one is a breaker incinerary shotgun. Those are two very useful, very trusting weapons that people have in the game. And people kept using them, but for some reason Arrowhead does not understand how to do a non-toxic meta in their games. So with how you do a toxic meta is that you just keep nerfing everything and make everything bad. Arrowhead does not want people to have a meta where they're using certain kind of weapons, but here's the thing. Those were the only two weapons that were really being used because those were the only good weapons. And do you know how you stop people from using the only two good weapons? Is you make another weapon better that where people want to use that. But for some reason, Arrowhead does not understand that, and they're like, nope, we're going to nerf everything, so everything's going to suck, and you're going to hate the game. And guess what? People are hating the game. Because Arrowhead and Helldivers 2 has lost 90% of their audience and people that's been playing. And right now is with the Escalation of Freedom, many people thought that they were going to fix many of the issues and add a lot of new stuff to the game. So I can tell you, on average, there was about 20,000 people who were playing the game on a consistent basis. With the Escalation of Freedom came out, about double the amount of people were playing the game on a constant basis. So about 40,000 people. But with that issue, the Escalation of Freedom had a lot of bugs and problems with it, and it seems like Arrowhead does not test their games or their patches before they implement them, and that caused a lot of issues. And once again, a lot of those people did leave, and now it's back down to under 20,000. For some weird reason, Arrowhead is not smart enough to fix stuff that's happening. For literally since the game's been out, they keep asking for player feedback. Players keep saying, hey, do this, and guess what? Arrowhead is, nope, we're not doing that. We're doing the opposite because we hate you and we want you to be mad at us, because they get off, they get happy, they love it when you're mad at them. And so guess what? People are mad at them, and we're talking about at the level of where they're like, oh crap, people are really mad at us. So they're saying stuff is like, oh yeah, we'll redo some of the patch and fix up some of the stuff that's wrong with the game. Like, one of the biggest things is that they redid fire damage. They pretty much destroyed fire damage where it is not useful to be used anymore in the game. So one of the weapons, one of the heavy weapons that people were using was a flamethrower whenever they were fighting the bugs. Now the flamethrower does nothing to the bugs. and people aren't using it. And then with the escalation of freedom, they had a new armor set that came out, like new little of their passes that came out. And what happened is that whole pass was all fire weapons. So pretty much before the new set of weapons and armor came out that were all geared to fire damage, they nerfed it before it even came out. And now, after everyone is actually really mad at them and the community has just straight up turned against them, now they're actually sweating and they're like, okay, we can't be trolling the fan base anymore. So one of the things that they said is our intentions is that balance should be fun, not balance for the sake of balance. And I'm like, dude, your game was never a PvP game. Your game was never an esports game. Your game was never a milsap game. Or a milsim game. So why are you balancing like it is all of this stuff? This is supposed to be just crazy chaos, manic stuff, endless hordes of enemies, and you and your buddies are just jumping in there and mowing them all down and having fun. And then for some reason they want to turn it more quote unquote realistic. And I was like, dude, you don't understand realism. If you did, you would understand during World War II, guess what was one of the best weapons to use against German and Russian tanks during that time? It's called a Molotov cocktail. Yes, it is a fire-based weapon that destroyed those tanks. And with their nerf with fire damage is they said, oh yeah, fire damage is not going to hurt armor, so it can only hurt unarmored things. Then explain to me is you say it's realistic, and in real life it is not like that. In real life, they did destroy tanks, which are heavily armored. Come on. And then more BS and crap like this that Arrowhead keeps popping out. So I'm going to tell you guys, just stay away from Arrowhead. Screw this game. Screw Arrowhead. This is nothing. Start the hate. Constantly bombard every single thing that they bring out. Their Twitter, their Facebook, their freaking Reddit. I don't care. Just tell them that you hate them, they suck, they're the worst people ever, and they will actually start freaking learning is like, hey, you screw up, you made people mad, while you freaking slap yourself and understand you piss people off and you screw stuff up, so stop screwing it up. Because without consequences, people understand nothing and they keep doing this stupid stuff that Arrowhead is doing. So make them suffer the consequence for their actions so they actually stop this stupid stuff. But with that all said, like, subscribe, and share. And remember, most importantly of all, always love the Cowhound. You all take care now.